I still don't know why we got that house so cheap. It was this beautiful old Victorian in Connecticut. Big porch, crown molding, original floors. Kevin and I had just gotten engaged and we thought it was fate. Sure, it needed work, but we were ready to put in the time. The first week, little things started happening. Footsteps upstairs when we were both on the couch. The smell of old perfume in the hallway. Once, I heard humming coming from the bathroom, but no one was in there. Kevin thought I was imagining things until he found deep scratches on the inside of our bedroom door, like someone had been trying to claw their way out. He said it was probably the dog of the last owners, but it didn't look like an animal, did it? We bought cameras and set them up in a few rooms. One night, our bedside lamp flew off the table while we were sleeping. I checked the footage the next morning. At 3:14 a.m., the lamp didn't fall. It launched, and for about 15 seconds, there was this figure standing on Kevin's side of the bed. You couldn't see a face, just a black shadow. I didn't tell him about the video right away. He'd been having terrible nightmares and saying weird stuff in his sleep, things like "don't open it," or "she's still down there." Then one night, I heard a soft scratching noise from the basement. I grabbed a flashlight and went down. That's when I noticed part of the wall was newer, like it had been boarded up more recently than the rest of the room. I was inspecting it when Kevin came downstairs. His eyes were blank, like he was sleepwalking. He said, "She told me not to open it," and then just started ripping the boards down. Behind them was a small crawl space. Inside was a brick wall and an old child-sized rocking chair. It started rocking on its own. I don't remember screaming, but I must have. The next thing I knew, I was outside barefoot, crying in the grass. The police came. Kevin was gone. Just gone. They found the crawl space, and behind the bricks, there were dolls. Dozens of them, each handmade, each one with a name carved into the wall above it. Kevin's name was the last one. He never came back. I haven't set foot in that house since. I used to film urban exploration videos on YouTube, abandoned buildings, old tunnels, spooky stuff for clicks. My friends Tyler and Brooke were into it too, so when we heard about this collapsed mine in rural Kansas called the Devil's Well, we thought it would be perfect content. The locals had all kinds of stories, cave-ins, murders, people going missing. Supposedly, a guy named Thomas Ewell killed his co-workers during a collapse and then disappeared into the mine. Legend says you can still hear screaming down there. We brought flashlights, gear, EMF detectors, the usual. Right away, something felt off. The air was too still, no bugs, no wind. It felt like the mine was holding its breath. About 200 feet in, our EMF reader started going crazy. Then Brooke's flashlight flickered out, and she screamed. She said something grabbed her arm, but no one was near her. Then we found this massive chamber. The walls were covered in names like people had been scratching them in with rocks or charcoal. Some were from the 60s, but near the bottom, we saw ours. Fresh. Aaron, Brooke, Tyler. We didn't laugh it off this time. We started back, but the tunnels didn't look the same. It was like everything shifted. The entrance was gone. Our footprints, gone. That's when we heard it. This scraping sound, like something dragging itself across stone. I turned around and saw something crawling toward us. It wasn't human. Its arms were too long. Its face looked broken, and the sound it made, like it was whispering 100 voices all at once. We ran. Tyler was behind us. Then he screamed, and it just stopped, like someone cut the audio. Brooke and I made it out through a side tunnel and didn't stop until we hit daylight. 3 days later, they found Tyler's body just outside the mine entrance. His fingernails were torn off. His mouth was sewn shut. But here's the worst part. His phone was still recording. The last 3 minutes were just a voice whispering over and over, "You brought me more." I was desperate for a place to stay. My roommate bailed and rent on campus was insane. I found this sketchy ad online. Basement studio, $250 a month, all utilities included. Too good to be true, I know, but I called anyway. A woman answered and just said, "It's open. Go downstairs." The address led to this old brownstone. No signs of a basement, but behind a wall panel in the hall was a narrow staircase. The place wasn't much, just a room with a mattress and a tiny window, but I needed it. The first night I woke up to this dripping sound. It was coming from inside the wall. I touched it, thinking it was a leak, but it was thick, red, like blood. After that, the mirror in the room started acting weird. My reflection would lag or smile when I wasn't. Once, it didn't show up at all. I tried to leave. The stairway was still there, but when I climbed it, I was right back in the room. Over and over. My phone had no signal. I stopped getting sunlight through the window. Time just stopped existing. Then I started seeing him, this man standing in the corner. I could only see him through the mirror. He didn't move. He didn't blink. Just watched. I remember screaming at the walls. I kicked the door until my foot bled. Nothing changed. Eventually, I stopped trying. I left a note, just in case someone found me. I wrote, "This apartment doesn't exist. I don't think I do anymore either. But here's the thing. Someone did find my phone. A maintenance guy, I guess. But the basement? It's not there. The panel? Gone. Like it never existed. The last picture on the phone was a selfie. But it's not me in the photo. It's the thing that took my place. And it's smiling."